If we could stick on Avila, this was something I kind of wanted to talk about with Spencer Torkelson because I've seen a lot of debate with him on Twitter. Now that his first month of his second season is over, his numbers look worse, statistically wise than last year. Where are you guys kind of with him right now?
It has to do with Torkelson in high leverage situations and in key moments. I may have mentioned it on the minor league podcast, but Torkelson has, he's been a below average hitter in every situation. But with runners in scoring position and runners on base and in high leverage situations, he's just been absolutely abysmal. Talking like a WRC plus of like 30. And I think that has to be mental. It could just be a small sample size, I guess, but we're up to about a season's worth of at bats now, and I remember seeing it in that first spring training he was in, the year before he headed off to the minors to do his thing, and he was like 1 for 20 with 15 strikeouts or whatever. And you could see him really pressing, and he'd strike out and slam the bat on the ground. And I don't ever remember seeing anything like that in college. I think he doesn't know how to take pressure off himself. And I feel like, his heart is probably racing 1,000 miles per hour up at the plate when it's a big situation. And he's making bad decisions. He's swinging, he's popping up, he's striking out. And I don't know. I mean, these guys have sports psychologists and stuff. I want somebody to just teach him to not care. I think that's a big problem with Torkelson right now. But, yeah, I mean, the results obviously aren't there, right? This is supposed to be the cornerstone bat, and it's been a year, and he's not producing at anywhere close to a major league average level. So it's a bummer.
Where I'm troubled is even on some of the hard contact he makes, they're not deep drives. He's lining out to center, lining out to left field when he does. The prodigious power just not translating right now. He's got the 2 home runs. He hasn't really threatened for that many more. The hitter I saw here in Des Moines, and the one that I watched a ton of video his draft year, had power to all fields and was hitting balls that were not fence scrapers by any stretch. He's not making that contact with the fast. It gets talked about ad nauseum, but it's true. I mean, a lot of relatively mediocre fastballs are getting by him, and I don't know what the solution is, but they need to unlock that somehow.